Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to see Geography Unit 4 Part 3 India Resources and Industries. Natural resources. What is meant by natural resources? Any matter or energy derived from the environment that is used by living things including humans is called a natural resources. Types of natural resources: vegetation, animals, soil, mineral, water. Natural resources. Natural resources, raw materials obtained naturally from the earth is known as natural resources. This resources is of two types: renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Renewable resources, the resources that can be replaced. Renewable resources, the resources that can be replaced. We can use it again and again is known as renewable resources. Non-renewable resources, the energy that cannot be replaced easily. Examples of non-renewable resources: oil, natural gas, coal. Oil, natural gas, coal. Agro-based industries, the industries that depend on agriculture for their raw materials is known as agro-based industries. Agro-based industries, the industries that depend on agriculture for their raw material is known as agro-based industries. Mineral-based industries, the industries that use minerals as raw materials is known as mineral-based industries. Mineral-based industries, the industries that use minerals as raw material is known as mineral-based industries. Forest-based industries, the industries run with the help of forest products. The industries run with the help of forest products is known as the forest-based industries. Conventional energy sources: thermal power, nuclear power. Conventional energy sources: thermal power, nuclear power. Thermal power. Thermal power is generated using fossil fuels like coal, diesel, petroleum and natural gas. National Thermal Power Corporation (NTPC) was established in 1975. At present, NTPC, National Thermal Power Corporation, has 13 coal-based super thermal power projects and 7 gas liquid fuel-based combined cycle projects in the states of Assam, Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Mizoram and West Bengal. Neyveli, Mettur, Thoothukudi and Ennur, Chennai are the important thermal power station in Tamil Nadu. In Tamil Nadu, Neyveli, Mettur, Thoothukudi and Ennur, Chennai are the important thermal power station. At present, NTPC has 13 coal-based super thermal power projects and 7 gas liquid fuel-based combined cycle projects in the states of Assam, Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Mizoram and West Bengal. Thermal power is generated using fossil fuels like coal, diesel, petroleum and natural gas. Thermal power is generated using fossil fuels like coal, diesel, petroleum and natural gas. Nuclear power, the energy released during nuclear fission or fusion, is used to generate electricity. The energy released during nuclear fission or fusion is used to generate electricity. This is known as nuclear power. This energy is generated mainly from the minerals of uranium and thorium. This energy is generated mainly from the minerals of uranium and thorium. First nuclear power station was set up in Tarapur near Mumbai in the year of 1969. In the year of 1969, the first nuclear power station was set up at Tarapur near Mumbai. Later, atomic reactors were installed at Rawatbetta 335 megawatts, Kota in Rajasthan 100 megawatts, Kalpakkam 440 megawatts and Kudankulam 2000 megawatts. It is in Tamil Nadu, and Narora 235 megawatts. It is in Uttar Pradesh. Kaiga produces 235 megawatts. It is in Karnataka, and Kakrapara 235 megawatts. It produces 235 megawatts. It is in Gujarat. The Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited (NPCIL) is an Indian public sector undertaking based in Mumbai, Maharashtra. It is wholly owned by the Government of India and is responsible for the generation of nuclear power for electricity. So, Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited is an Indian public sector. It is an Indian public sector means government. It was undertaking, and it is in Mumbai and Maharashtra, and it is wholly owned by the Government of Indian government. It was owned and is responsible for the generation of nuclear power for electricity. Renewable energy resources: hydropower, solar energy, wind energy, biomass energy, tidal and wave energy. Hydropower. Hydropower means power is taken from the water. It is known as the hydroelectricity. Power generated from water is termed as hydroelectricity. Hydropower is taken from the running water, and it is considered as the most economic and non-polluting sources of energy, and it contributes nearly 7% of global electricity production, and the cost of production also is low, and it is a competitive source of renewable energy. It is also the flexible mode of power generations, as the quantity of production can be either be increased or decreased very quickly, adapting to changing demands. First hydroelectric power station in India was established at Darjeeling in 1897. National Hydroelectric Power Corporation is located in Faridabad, India. National Hydroelectric Power Corporation is located in Faridabad in India. The first hydroelectric power station in India was established at Darjeeling in 1897. Solar energy. Solar power is taken from the sunlight. Solar power is nothing but conversion of sunlight into electricity. It can be taken directly or indirectly. Directly using photovoltaics (PV), indirectly using concentrated solar power (CSP). Concentrated solar power system uses lenses or mirror and tracking system to focus a large area of sunlight into a small beam. So, indirectly using concentrated solar powers (CSP) uses lens or mirrors and tracking system to focus a large area of sunlight into a small beam. Photovoltaics. Directly using photovoltaics convert light into an electric current using the photovoltaic effect. Directly and indirectly. Directly using photovoltaics (PV), indirectly using concentrated solar power (CSP). Solar Energy Corporation of India Limited is a Government of India enterprise. Its headquarters is located at New Delhi. And the mass objectives of the Solar Thermal Energy Program being implemented by the Ministry of Non-Conventional Energy Source (MNES) or Market Development, commercialization and utilization of heat energy requirement of different applications in domestic, institutional and industrial sectors. Domestic means household purposes. Solar power is used in water heaters, refrigerators, drying, street lighting, cooking, pumping, power generator, photovoltaic cells, etc. Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh are the major solar power producers. The major solar power producers states are Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. Solar Energy Corporation of India Limited is a Government of India enterprise. Its headquarters is located at New Delhi. Solar power is the conversion of sunlight into electricity, either directly or indirectly. Directly using photovoltaics, indirectly using concentrated solar power. Photovoltaic means PV short form, concentrated solar power CSP, and the solar power is used in water heater, refrigerator, drying, street lighting, cooking, pumping, power generator, etc. Major solar power producer states are Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh.
Energy. The motion of large mass of air causes wind. The wind possesses kinetic energy, and this energy can be utilized for doing work. Sailboats and windmills use wind energy. Electricity is also produced from wind energy. Sun rays are much stronger near the equator than the polar regions, so air in the equatorial region becomes warmer and its density decreases. The lighter air rises up and the pressure decreases. Cooler air from polar regions moves towards the equator to replace the warmer air. This motion of air causes wind. Wind is classified into different types based on their speed. Low speed wind is known as breeze, approximately 5 km per hour. High speed wind is storm. The speed of tornado is approximately 800 km per hour. Wind is a renewable source of energy which can be reused. Principle of windmill. The blades of windmill are designed to create a pressure difference when wind strikes them. This pressure difference makes the blades rotate. A number of windmills erected over a large area is known as wind energy farm. Limitations of wind energy. It is not available at all times and at all places. Speed of the wind varies from place to place and time to time, so it is not a dependable source of energy. Advantages of wind energy. In spite of the above limitations, the important advantage of wind energy is that it causes no pollution and it is available free of cost.
Tamil Nadu has the largest installation of wind turbines in the country in the Aravalmozhi area near Kanyakumari. Is the largest concentrations of wind farm capacity at a single location in the world. In the world level, it has the largest concentrations of wind farm capacity. Single location in the world, Tamil Nadu. The development of wind power in India began in 1986 with first wind farms were set up in the coast areas of Gujarat, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu with 55 kilowatts wind turbines. The capacity has significantly increased in the last few years. India now in the fourth largest installed wind power capacity in the world. National Institution of Wind Energy (NIWE). Chennai was established in Tamil Nadu in 1998 as an autonomous institution under the administrative control of Ministry of New and Renewable Energy (NIWE). Main activities include resources assessment, testing, and certification.
How biomass works. Biomass is the name for a range of organic materials that can be used to produce energy. Examples include forestry products, energy crops like miscanthus, also known as elephant grass, and agricultural byproducts like straw. We can generate heat or electricity from biomass in a way that is close to carbon neutral over the material's life cycle. To understand the environmental benefit of using biomass, let's look at how fossil fuels like coal, oil and natural gas are created. Plants absorb carbon dioxide or CO2 from the air as they grow. When they die, some of the carbon from the CO2 remains trapped in the decaying vegetation. Over millions of years, these buried layers of vegetation are compressed and transform into either coal, oil, or natural gas. The carbon that was removed from the atmosphere is effectively locked underground. Now let's look at two ways you could heat a house. The first example uses a fossil fuel, coal. Coal is extracted from the ground and transported to the house. This process produces CO2 emissions. The fuel is then burnt, providing heat. CO2 from the fossil fuel is released into the atmosphere, increasing CO2 levels. Coal reserves are being depleted and atmospheric CO2 levels are rising. This life cycle is unsustainable. Let's look at a biomass alternative, in this case, wood. A tree grows absorbing several years' worth of CO2 from the atmosphere. The carbon from that CO2 is trapped within the tree. Firewood is harvested and transported to the house. This process produces CO2 emissions, and we will come back to these later. The wood is burnt, providing heat. The CO2 absorbed by the tree is released back into the atmosphere. New trees are grown and the cycle continues. The fuel is being replaced and CO2 emissions are minimal. This life cycle is sustainable. CO2 emissions from processing and transportation can be offset by growing more biomass than is required for fuel. We have shown how biomass can heat a house, but the idea can be scaled up. Instead of using the wood for heat, it could be used in a power station for generating electricity. To be environmentally beneficial, the life cycle must be well managed. If we use biomass faster than we grow it, we end up with more CO2 in the atmosphere and deforestation. This is unsustainable. If we grow enough biomass to replace what is being used, we have a sustainable system. It would even be possible to reduce atmospheric CO2 using this model. Well-managed biomass can be regarded as a source of renewable energy.
Tidal power. Tidal power is a form of hydropower that converts the energy from the natural rise and fall of the tides into electricity. Tides are caused by the combined effects of gravitational forces exerted by the moon, the sun, and the rotation of the earth. Tidal plants can only be installed along coastlines. Coastlines often experience 2 high tides and 2 low tides on a daily basis. The difference in water levels must be at least 5 meters high to produce electricity. Tidal electricity can be created from several technologies, the main ones being tidal barrages, tidal fences, and tidal turbines. Tidal barrages are the most efficient tidal energy sources. A tidal barrage is a dam that utilizes the potential energy generated by the change in height between high and low tides. This energy turns a turbine or compresses air, which in turn creates electricity. Tidal fences are turbines that operate like giant turnstiles, whereas tidal turbines are similar to wind turbines, only underwater. In both cases, electricity is generated when the mechanical energy of tidal currents turns turbines connected to a generator. The generator produces electricity. Ocean currents generate relatively more energy than air currents because ocean water is 832 times more dense than air and therefore applies greater force on the turbines. Tidal power is easy to install and renewable, having no direct greenhouse gas emissions and a low environmental impact. Because the ocean's tidal patterns are well understood, tidal energy is a very predictable energy source, making it highly attractive for electrical grid management. This sets it apart from other renewables that can be more unpredictable. However, adoption of tidal technologies has been slow, and so far the amount of power generated using tidal power plants is very small. This is due largely to the very specific site requirements necessary to produce tidal electricity. Additionally, tide cycles do not always match the daily consumption patterns of electricity and therefore do not provide sufficient capacity to satisfy demand. That's tidal power.